this. Start because they asked me to send this to them. So appreciate everyone being here. Again, Eric Hatch, I love sharing ideas. I love going and listening to some of my coaches and then sharing with their permission, of course, and sharing things back to you. I actually got invited by Mike Ferry's team actually this week that they asked, or last week, to actually see if I'd come help train their agents or be a trainer, but I politely declined. So because I have all of you guys to help. So let me share here what I wanted to share today. I'm going to just kind of recap. I know we got a few people on from last week, so I'm going to kind of let's go over and ask this question right here and say, how did we do last week? Anybody want to be brave and share about all the ideas that you guys gave? I've been making these classes a little shorter because I felt that I was given like an hour's worth of just fun things to do, fun tools. And then I just felt like, wow, that was like overwhelming that you guys. So I'm just giving you small little couple of things, assignments to do during the week and then see how you did. Anybody go for it, or anybody want to share anything? I know I don't see one person I saw an ad that she did, but anybody, Jana or Christine or anybody want to share anything that you guys did that was successful from what we talked about last week?
Working on just getting more social media posts on there and doing more open houses. I've been having a good time with Canva. I kind of despise social media, but I do like creating things for it.
Nope, I enjoy that. So I love Canva, and it's a great one. I know that my staff loves Canva too. But I think that was interesting. Just as a heads up, you know, I like doing open houses. I don't like doing open houses. I go back and forth on them. But I just closed a house a couple of days ago from somebody who actually came to my open house, and then we listed a property. And I know Jim, our manager in Grass Valley, made that very clear that those open houses, you know, you guys are new, you know, you're going after some potential buyers, but you're going after listings too. And that's something very crucial and important to kind of know. And there's certain ideas of how you can go out and talk to the neighbors on both sides across the street before the open house to kind of give, you know, a Wednesday kind of pre-open house and kind of go chat with them. So I went walking doors yesterday, leaving my cards, and I'll share a couple ideas here as well. But anybody else have anything to share about your successes last week's lesson? This was last week's little course that we kind of talked about. There's time, and you can go spend money to get leads, or you could do some time. We talked about Betty Crocker. We talked about, but I wanted to show, since there's a lot of new people on today, I wanted to show right here of what action neighborhood letter. Oh, actually, we didn't have that. You know what it was? Actually, Jana, you guys, we were doing some buyer neighborhood letters that we were doing, and I don't have them on my screen because I shared them in a link. So we were looking at doing some letters to the neighborhood and things. So let's go ahead and go right into today. I want to share a little bit about you know, I was listening. These are some quotes that I had heard this week of choose the opposite of resistance, which is acceptance. I know that we keep telling everybody that you got to do video, you got to do video. You know, Tom Ferry, maybe 10, 12 years ago said, hey, video is where you need to go. Video is where you know. You can actually put your hand up, put your hand down, you can wave, whatever. But do you guys like to be on video? Anybody just absolutely hate to be on video? Jessica, do you hate to be on video? No, you're okay. So guys, I get a video, and please do this. You can send this to me. Sarah sends me a video on her phone, probably I would say 5 out of the 7 days this last week. She sent me a little video message. I know Jessica sent me a message. You know, Christine, I don't know if I've seen a message from you on a video message. Now, what it is real simple, is that she's practicing. She's feeling more comfortable. She's actually just sending me a little video message, and I would encourage you to do that. Feel free to send that to me and just say, hey, just checking in with you, because I think we resist so much on getting into video and putting ourselves out there on video that we just don't do it. And if we don't do it, we're going to be left behind, because right now you can see in everything and in social media, it's all about video and just communication that way. I want to share something here too as a pro tip, which I loved. And I know that we've got Holly and a couple other people in here that deal with a lot of buyers, but this was wonderful. I was listening to Tom Ferry this week, and this is a little side note on buyers. and there was this gal that they were interviewing, and I thought it was brilliant. And so she basically has somebody who comes from out of town. She talks to them, which I did this week. I did it twice, which was wonderful. And I just said, and she's closing 9 out of 10 of these buyers that are coming to her when she meets them. Because what happens, guys, is you're going to get a buyer who's going to be so excited. They're going to call you. They're going to find you some way on a house or online. And then you talk to them and you go, wow, this is like totally awesome. They're like, we had a great rapport. We spent 20 minutes on the phone. Why would they not, use me? And then somehow you call them up, they either ghost you, or then all of a sudden, like I text somebody the other day who told me they were on pause on December 24th. And I called them. I just texted, they just checking in with you. It's been a couple months. He goes, oh yeah, we bought a house. Well, thank you. You told me on December 24th that you were pausing your search, but obviously not. So these are things where, you can't guarantee you're going to get them. And I love this gal's approach. She basically called up, she talked to them and said she booked a Zoom phone call with them, and said, I want to get on a Zoom call and I want to go over areas with you and show you areas. Because if you're coming up to Nevada City, Grass Valley, Folsom, do you know much about the area? No, I've gone through there a couple times, but I don't really know a lot about the area. So she sets us a Zoom call, goes over the whole entire areas. Then on the 2 days that they're in town, she meets them on a whatever Saturday morning, Friday morning, whatever it is, at a coffee shop. She says she gives them a bunch of maps and things and says, okay, here's a whole area, and this is where I want you to do, and kind of this whole plan. I want you to drive around and look at the areas. You call me in the afternoon, you tell me which areas you want, and then the next day she goes out and shows them houses in that particular area. I thought that was really nice. Maybe the 2-day thing might not really work for us really well, but I'll tell you right now, the Zoom call that I had a couple times with some people to build that relationship, get on there. I had just all these little opened tabs up on my computer with the different cities and the Google Maps. I was showing her kind of areas and kind of showing her things. And so we ruled out half of the areas. We completely ruled out just by sitting there having a face-to-face conversation on Zoom. And I'll tell you, I'll let you guys know what that will do. But why would she be now calling up another agent and saying, hey, I'm going to be coming up, or I'm going to call on another house that they saw and go show houses with me and then also show houses with someone else? We're really, building that rapport. So I thought that was really great. So again, another way to use video and just jump on a Zoom and just sit there and build that relationship. So I loved it. But this is, your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development. And it's really important that if we don't continue to have personal development, continue to go to the summits, continue to go to the C21 conferences, continue to get online and get educated, or continue to come to here or Jody's classes, then we're missing some things. Let's see, I got some chats. I'll look at that. Oh, who did that for me? Did somebody put that in there? Thank you. So did this chat just pop up, or did somebody from last week find this? Jana, somebody.
I put it in there.
Oh, Allie, you rock, Allie. Good job. All right. So those were the 2 forms. I want you guys to copy those and take those, because those are letters that were amazing from Jared James, that actually had some letters that you guys can use to have some engagement on things. All right. So I know I don't have it on full screen, but if you want your life to be different, and this was Kevin, this was another one I heard today. This week, if you want your life to be different, you have to be willing to do something different first. And I love that as well. All right. And so let's get into one of the ideas. All right, guys, I know that we're going to talk a little bit about social media and some engagement ideas today. So there's some nuggets in here that I want you guys to take. If you guys have not done, and those who just joined us today, take those other letters, go back in, utilize those, put those in, post those, use the video. Basically what it was is just using more video to reach out to more people. And I don't know if anybody else have any success stories, you're welcome to. And if Sarah jumps on, she probably will do that. But it's taking your buyer. So those who are working with buyers, it was basically going and you go show a couple houses and they don't like any of them, and you're in a certain area that they love, Morgan Ranch, Wildwood, Lake of the Pines, Folsom, whatever it is, and then you actually do a video and then you broadcast that video and pay it and boost that ad there on Facebook to then say, guys, and the scripts were right there that I was out looking at homes. They didn't have any house that they liked in there. So if you're thinking about selling, please let me know. There was another one that if you had a multiple offers on a home and you lost that, then and didn't get that offer, there's another letter in there to actually come in and share that as well. So it was leveraging the buyers to be able to get these listings is what they were doing, those two. So the algorithms, guys, if we're, how many people post something on Facebook and Instagram and then don't do anything for a few days, 3 days, 5 days, a week, or a month? You could raise your hands if you wish to do so. Sometimes I get into really gun-ho on all week. I'm doing stories and doing everything. And then the next week, it's like I got busy or you didn't do it. So it's staying consistent. But the algorithm, if we're not staying up on top, then we're going to lose that. So it's really the calls to conversations. We want to have conversations with the many people. In last week's class, we talked about how many times that you had to jump up and down and say, pick me kind of thing, of what the conversation. So here's comes one that I want to share with you right here. And I want you to take this on your Facebook. And I want you, because we all have different friends. We might cross friends a little bit. We can tweak up the wording if you want a little bit. But if you want to tweak this up, but what is the one thing your next house will have that your current one doesn't? Come up with some questions. You can come up with anything that you want to do here to actually draw engagement. Another one, if you want to write that or take a screenshot, but what is the one thing your next house will have that your current one doesn't? And another one is on a scale to 1 to 10, how likely would you be to sell your house if you brought you the right buyer at the right price? So this is another one that you guys can get. And can you imagine if you actually get some responses here of 2 or 3 responses a week, then this is going to give you some conversation to have. So this particular one right here, what's the one thing you wish your next house had? We ran this yesterday, and this is like all these people started engaging like instantly. A garage, a 3-car garage, a porch, they a huge soaking tub. And we got our Heather in here, which she wants an in-ground pool. So if anybody wants to get Heather an in-ground pool, just work on that. I can't help an ocean in the backyard. I can't help, but we can refer somebody to an ocean in the backyard. But all of this engagement started coming through. There's some past clients. I've got some appraisers in here. I've got some lenders in here. I've got I've sold this gal a house. I've sold this gal a house, this person a house. This person right here, a house that I've sold, this person I've sold a house. So I'm kind of watching, kind of like, okay, well, maybe Pamela wants a different home soon or something. So these are engagements that now we're able to actually go. So the algorithms, if we stop putting things on Facebook and stop doing it, then we become where the Facebook doesn't put us to the organic locations that we need to be. But if we're just like a rock star and continue with these type of questions, then that's what we want to do, is have this engagement then puts us up a little bit higher. So those who just joined us, what is the one thing in your next house that you have to have that your current one doesn't? On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to sell your home if I brought you the right buyer at the right price? And I want you guys this week to go and just Google real estate ideas on Instagram and things, which I'm going to share with that. Here's one that we just posted. It was basically a kind of a really lame picture, but thoughts of selling your home in the next 12 months, for the right price. And this is something I want you guys to go on Instagram and start doing polls. And Jared's really big on polls, and just go on to polls. And it's really intriguing to say, and I don't care if you guys are going and showing houses and you guys see, I love going out and showing like, hey, best kitchen of the day. Which one did you like better? And putting two of them. And I'm actually, as I'm walking around the house with the buyer, taking a couple pictures to have some social media content to be able to do. So then if they're actually taking longer in the car to, buckling babies or kids, then I'm actually posting something just so people can see, what we're doing, and then draw these polls in. So if you don't know how to do polls, it's pretty simple. You can get a video there on YouTube, but it's right there. Just come down and click the right button on Instagram and just do a poll, and then we'll kind of see what goes. I don't know. We don't have any responses yet, but I want to just share that with you. So I want you to do polls. I want you to start asking questions, and then and I want you guys to start doing Instagram. Anybody done an Instagram contest giveaway before? No. What are type of things that you guys would be could give away? What would you guys want to give away? Any ideas of what you could give? No. How about coffee? Yeah. What's interesting, thank you, Ali, whoever brought that up. It's interesting though that that you brought that up, because there's like, if you, and it depends how much followers that you have, but like if somebody, if the Allie, if I put it on there, or Allie put it on there, or if I just said, hey guys, come join me with a cup of coffee or hot chocolate, and you'll spend an hour with me. Now, I don't know if anybody in this group is really influential enough to where somebody's going to say, yeah, I'll go hang out with you for an hour, or is it, is that big enough? But I would say like a Jared James, or somebody who's got, a celebrity, or somebody, if some celebrity said, hey, come spend an hour with me to coffee, I think you would get like a zillion contests, and it would be great. But it would be interesting to see how much influence that we have of that. But I think that you say the coffee part, but then maybe you could actually make a twist in there and say, I've got 3 amazing flip opportunities for all your investors, and I'm giving a contest away or something. I don't know, just something you could do. I noticed that those gift baskets that we were giving away at the Christmas dinner, which were great. I've actually regifted a couple baskets that I've had and given away some contests on that. But basically, guys, go Google contests, and you will find that the contest, what we really want to do is generate engagement and generate more people actually sharing their posts and things to get more followers is really what you're wanting to do. So there's a really big following on contests. They don't say do it all the time, maybe once a month, but you could do a contest. I would do a contest, and you could say, guys, you're thinking about selling your home. I'll give you a free pest inspection. I mean, there's a nice contest for you. And then all of a sudden, everybody, you get 5 or 6 people that say, hey, I want the pest inspection. And then you go, wonder why they want the pest inspection. Are you guys thinking of selling? And then that just again leads to more conversations. So kind of think out of the box of what things that you could do. There was those, what are those fancy purses, Louis Vuitton or something like that, ladies? Is there some purse? Louis, what is it? Louis Vuitton. I know there was a lady that was in Canada, a real estate agent, that was doing a full on, like she was giving a couple bags away, but she was doing as a contest to drive and get more likes and followers and subscribers on her channels. And she did this huge thing, and there was like thousands of people that were actually wanting those bags. So she was getting engagement. Maybe that was a different purpose of engagement, of enlarging her database versus clients, but it seemed like it worked really, really well. So give some kind of Instagram contest. And then the next one, what I was doing yesterday is I just walked around to some homes in there and around a couple of houses that we just sold there in Alta Sierra, and knocked on some doors and just stick them, just grab a stick them. I don't have great penmanship, so my assistant just kind of wrote this one down, call me about your home. And I just kind of stuck those on the doors, and then we'll see kind of what transpires. So again, this is something that I'm not spending a lot of money on, but I am actually spending time on. So then you can kind of judge kind of what that kind of works for you. So those are the little nuggets that I want you guys to do. Those who came on late, there is something in the chat that you can do. That was last week's letters that were great from Jared James. Some things to actually utilize to generate some more potential listings as well. And then just those who came in, that these are the tags that I want you guys to do on Facebook, the exact words, grab a screenshot of that. What is, you can, again, tweak it, change it, however you want to do. And then do the, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you to sell your house? And it'll be interesting to see on these polls, and then do the polls of the Instagram polls, and just come up with all sorts of fun things. I was looking on yesterday of like real estate Instagram polls, and there is thousands of them that are sitting there. So get creative, find some things from different markets or whatever you want, add some things that you want to do, and then put those in there. So any questions on any of this stuff? Any questions? Any thoughts, any ideas that you guys have that you want to share? There's something that sounded good, or something that you guys have had in different markets. We got a lot of people from several different markets here, so you're welcome to share something. Okay, we're all good.